Hi everyone, today I just have a short video on debugging in Visual Studio for you. So I've just set up there's A, B and C variable, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to sum the squares of A, B and C. I've put a few bugs in there so we can help find it using the debugging tools. It's not a very practical example. You can see it's giving out 8. You would expect that to be 4 plus 9 plus 16, so 29. But obviously it's just outputting 8, so there's some issue going on inside this calculator.sum squares. So when you're in Visual Studio, you can set a breakpoint, which is basically where your debugger will stop when you execute it. You can actually add conditions to those as well, but I'm just going to do a simple version today. So it's hit that breakpoint and stopped. You can see any local variables using this locals window, and you can also set any watches on anything you want and evaluate any anything you want inside this immediate window. Note if you do assign a value here, so if I changed A to B3, that would actually affect the running of my program. So I'm just going to do a quick sum here. You can see A plus B plus C is 9. So you could do whatever you want inside that local window, inside the immediate window. That button I'm pressing there is the step over. It allows you to step over the line of code and it will evaluate it. You can hover to see the values, or you can look at them inside the local window. So just hovering will give you a good idea of what the value is. And so once I'm ready, I could step over another one. I can see the value of C square here is 4, which is not what I was expecting, as C is 3. And if I look at that line, I can sort of see why. I can see that A is being squared instead of C in that case. I can also copy and paste this line here, which is A square plus C square, and evaluate it in immediate window just to make sure it's outputting the expected result, which should be C square, 29. But like I showed you earlier, it's actually outputting 8, so I can see there's some sort of problem there. I can actually see that B squared sort of looks a bit disabled, and that's because it's not being used, and that indicates another issue. So once again, you can sort of see that my values are not being output correctly. What I can do is I'm going to show you a few other sort of ways you can step through the code, but I'm going to fix this as well. So I've added C squared, corrected that from being A squared to C squared, and I'm going to include B square in our final calculation. So that should fix up all the issues we've noticed. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set a breakpoint down there, and if I go to run it, I've also got one here, and it will hit this line, this one where it sums the squares, and you can sort of see where it is by looking at that call stack window. The call stack's quite useful because you can click back and go back in time, and if I were to hit continue, it would actually continue to that next breakpoint. But if I go step in, then it will step into that function. So yeah, here you can sort of see the call stack, and I've clicked back, and so it's back in program.cs. And the values are in the local window are dependent on which part of the call stack you're in, which is quite cool. That play button will just continue running it until it hits the next breakpoint. But that was the end of our application. And you can see our sum squared is now 29, which is what we're expecting. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you the continue. So it hits this first breakpoint here in the program.cs, as you can see in the call stack. And if I hit that little play button, it shall go continue to the next breakpoint that it hits. And so it's hitting this one at b square. And you can see that the a square value has already been set in the locals window. And that's just because it's already been executed. And if we wanted to at this point, we could also step out of the function because we might have seen what we want to see. And that will just take us outside that function, back up the call stack. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial today. If you have, please like and subscribe for more content. I'm always looking for suggestions, so anything that you want to see I can sort of look into and get up on the YouTube.